What's up guys, Spin Firearms here, and today we're going to be talking about a handgun that I've spoken on and touched on this channel before. And I actually enjoy to see the response that I get from posting it. Not necessarily because it's all negative stuff, because it usually is. But, you know, they sort of don't understand the reason I have it, why I like it, and so on. So I always want to touch on that. Guys, if you're a collector like I am, you just collect. You like what you like. You get what you want. You don't let this person tell you what you want. You don't tell this person what you like. You get what you like, what you want, and what makes you happy at the end of the day. That's what firearms are about and collecting is about. Even though you might not carry it the most, I have plenty of handguns that I don't even carry. I don't even use for home defense. I just like taking them to the range. I like using them for comparison videos, and I know a lot of people also like them. I'm not one of these channels that doesn't understand everyone's needs and preferences. I get why people carry what they get. Sometimes it fits their hands better. Sometimes it fits their lifestyle better. So I'm never against any handgun. Any handgun is better than nothing. Simple. And that's proven. There was a Georgetown, Georgetown did a lot of research. And as we all know, Georgetown tends to be on one side when it comes to firearms. But it was actually really interesting. The research paper that they put out on it, it was actually done by a professor at Georgetown, was really appealing for gun ownership. It was actually amazing. You'd think this thing would have been skewed, the numbers would have been messed up, but actually this professor from Georgetown, I'm sure he got a lot of crap for it from his own school, the place where he works, but he just went out and made an honest report, and it was crazy. 82% of self-defense encounters, all you got to do is say you have a handgun or draw it. You don't even have to put a pistol on anybody. You don't have to let a round go, nothing. 82% of encounters. The other 18% of encounters, there was about 4 rounds shot each time on average, 4 rounds. And then on top of that, he goes into ownership of handguns by race, because a lot of times they say that it's only one race that wants handguns. No, it's everybody. Everyone just wants to protect themselves and defend themselves, and everybody should be able to defend themselves. If you want to be able to survive and make it as long as you can on life and be there for your kids and your family, everyone should be able to have ownership to handguns. Doesn't matter who you are, anything like that. So I absolutely loved his article. They broke it down by gender, race. It was amazing. It was a great research paper. So shout out to him. I think it says a lot for the firearms community. Also, it talked about some of the safest states being the places that have the best gun laws, and then also some of the states that have the poorest, like the strictest gun laws, have some of the most dangerous cities. But there were some interconnecting dots and weird things where there's other outliers and stuff. But if you look at it for what it is, it says that as gun ownership goes up, crimes are going down. That's all we need to see. But no, the handgun is not the Glock 26. And before we get started, hit the like button, drop a comment down below, and subscribe. This is not the least sold handgun by Glock ever, and it never will be. Nor is it the Glock 28. These are just on the table, basically compare. But the Glock 28 did come out recently and has probably sold more than this handgun still. And honestly, not a lot of people are looking for this thick, heavy handgun being in 380. Although some people are, and I understand why. We're going to be talking about this thing right here, the Glock 39. Now, what the heck is the 39? Everyone knows the 19, the 17, the 45, the 19X, the 27, the 26, the 29, the 30. But what the heck is the 39? Well, 45 GAP, Glock Auto Pistol. And a lot of people don't believe me when I talk about this, but this is the same size as a Glock 26, Glock 28, Glock 27, and Glock 33 frame. But look at that upper. The upper is thicker. Therefore, Glock from the factory had to provide a extended slide stop. Otherwise, you would not be able to release it, because this slide stop would basically be flush or even under that thicker slide. You see how it protrudes from the frame? But that's part of the reason why I love this handgun. Now, first of all, the trigger is better than any Glock 26 trigger, any 33 trigger I have, any 27 trigger. Some reason they just made a really nice, crisp trigger on the Glock 39. I don't know why they did it. But as you can see, put that 45 on there just so I can find it easier in my safe, because it looks like all my other Glock subcompacts. But why did I get this? No, I didn't get it to be the only one carrying a Glock 39. I didn't get it to be the only one shooting 45 GAP at the range. I got it because I love Glock subcompacts. They're some of the most reliable, versatile handguns in the world, and I just wanted to complete the whole entire subcompact set, being the 26, the 27, the 28, the 33, and last but not least the 39. Now, is it a good handgun? Well, it's never given me a reliability issue ever in my life. And honestly, the only rounds I've ever put through it are hollow points. That's it. I've only shot buffalo bores, underwoods, like That's all I've shot. And then people always say, oh, you'll never find ammo for it. Wrong again. There are 3 manufacturers that still produce this ammunition actively today. And there's probably only about 3 people in America that honestly have this handgun. I know there's more, but I'm just being honest. Not a lot of people carry this handgun. Not a lot of people own it. So the ammo is there. It really is. First, right when I picked this handgun up, I ordered 200 hollow points like it was nothing. Literally in like 8 minutes, I had 200 hollow points on my way at my doorstep in 3 days. Absolutely crazy. And what does the round look like? Firearm clear, unloaded, safety checked, right? This is what it looks like. This is a shortened 45 ACP. So it's basically a 45 ACP short. Now this right here is a buffalo bore, right? In 45 GAP, as you can see, Glock auto pistol. Now, how does it stack up compared to a regular 45 ACP? Well, ballistically speaking, they are equivalent. The ballistics are not enough to tell a difference. I mean, this is basically overpowered a little bit, even with that shortened casing, but still has an equal or roughly close amount of powder. Therefore, the ballistics are basically the same. And why did Glock make this? Well, if you guys have ever seen the Glock 30, the Glock 29, before the SFs were made and the S's and all that, they were thicker, heavier handguns. 45 back then was a very popular round. It's still very popular. So they wanted to be able to try and come up with something that would fit into a baby Glock. They needed to fit it into a shorter width and thinner width frame. Therefore, they came up with this round, and it's made by CCI, Speer, and Glock. So solid all around the board. Can't complain about who developed it. It just runs. It does what it does. Now, that's not why I like the handgun. Honestly, why I like this handgun is no recoil. That thick, heavy slide, but yet having that thinner frame, thinner compared to the Glock 30 and 29, not other options today, it's really nice. You get a really good purchase on it. This setup right here is only 9 rounds, 8 plus 1 of that, but it's a 45 GAP, and up close and personal with some good defensive rounds like Buffalo Bore, Underwood, all these crazy ammunition manufacturers out there that produce this ammo, you're going to be good to go. But the reason I love this thing, there's no recoil. It literally shoots flatter than my Glock 30, and my Glock 30 is one of my best shooting handguns. It shoots better than my Springfield Armory XDS chambered in 45. It just handles recoil well. So whenever I take it to the range, I'm shooting there, and people are like, oh, what are you shooting? I tell them, and they think it's the weirdest thing, because it is weird. No one else carries it. No one, because here's another reason why. A lot of holster manufacturers didn't understand that these two guns aren't the same. They didn't understand that these two handguns aren't the same when it comes to size. They messed up on that slide. So I've ordered a couple holsters now, and every time it fits my 26, it fits my 27, my 33, and my 28, but it never fits this because of that wider slide. Now it'll go in, but it's literally like maxing out your holster, and it doesn't stick properly. Glock 27 holster here, nothing. So as you can see, it is wider, and all the companies that sell the holsters for these did not understand that. So they all got it wrong, but you can find a couple good ones. Like Blacksmith Tactical, one of their holsters specifically designed for a 26 and a 27. The way it was designed allows this slide to go in it, but it's very rare, hard to find holsters for it. You can do sticky holsters, leather holsters, that whole sort of thing. But I finally did find a good holster that was meant for it, like I said, so no big deal. But the Glock 39, awesome handgun in my opinion. I've carried it before. I don't carry it the most or anything like that, but it's just a smooth shooter. Go look at my first shots video on YouTube of me shooting my Glock 39. Go look at my face. That is pure excitement, joy, and I just love the shootability about it. But anyways, that is the least sold Glock of all time, the Glock 39.